MashaAllah. So don't give hasad to your thobe. Next one, Ismail ibn Najid. قال كل حال يكون عن نتيجة علم. Okay. عن نتيجة علم فإن ضرره. Okay, because inna has to do nasb to the ism inna. فإن ضرره على صاحبه أكثر من نفعه. Okay. كل حال لا يكون عن نتيجة علم. That's a very important letter there. كل حال لا يكون على نتيجة علم. Every state, spiritual state that comes upon a person, every mukashafa, every vision, every spiritual thing that happens to a person, spiritual opening, spiritual experience, that is not a result of knowledge, nor do the people of knowledge give you an understanding and an interpretation for it. It is harmful. As we have said before, this is extremely important on the understanding of spirituality in Islam. Not all spirituality is good. Spirituality is of three things: the world of light, the world of darkness, and the world of the dunya. There is a spirituality of the dunya. Okay? If any person goes and does a neutral meditation, neither does he meditate upon Allah, nor does he meditate upon some kind of shaitan. He just thinks about nature and he sits in nature. No deen there, right? So what is he going to yaqtabis? What is he going to take? He's going to take of the wisdoms, the lights and the openings that are of this dunya. What can he benefit? He can get genuine benefit of only matters of hayat ad-dunya. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, يَعْلَمُونَ ظَاهِرًا مِنَ الْحَيَاةِ الدُّنْيَا, they know the outward of this world. That includes in it a type of dunyawi spirituality. And you can see traces of that benefit in them. So they may be a bit calm, or they may have some wisdoms of life, how to live life. But what does it not supply them? It doesn't supply them with the eternal haqq, true explanations about the nature of the nafs, of the nature of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That they won't get anything from that. So we could say about that, it's halal. It's halal. When does it become, almost for us, our shuyukh may just dismiss and flick that stuff away? Because if someone's saying, hey, listen, guys, we don't got any food, but I do have Slim Jims. Oh, man, that's great. If you're starving in a desert and someone brings you Slim Jim, it's amazing, right? So is it halal or haram to eat that? Yeah, fine, let's eat it. It's not khanzir, it's halal food, right? Until somebody comes upon a steakhouse and says, hey, guys, I got steaks. Now, for somebody now to prefer the Slim Jim, that is halal, over the steak, we say that is foolishness, right? So the shuyukh, our shuyukh, who are living in the world of Quran and awrad and sunan, and now you come and bring them, Tom Jones is, spiritual meditation in nature. Let's say the student says, it's all halal, nothing haram about it. He says, okay, but what am I going to do? This 2 rakahs of tahajjud can cover what you're going to get there in 20 years, right? So it becomes a matter of humq, stupidity. Okay, so we didn't say that stuff is haram, but it's just a waste of time. When I can take a highway and you can walk, you say, hey, can we take a bike? Yes, you can take a bike, but why would you take a bike if you have a car? It doesn't make any sense. It in fact is a waste. It's wastefulness. So spirituality here, he's saying it must be judged by knowledge and guided by knowledge, because shar'i knowledge, because there is a spirituality of the dark side too. Shaitan can try to mislead people, not just by the dunya and by desires. Shaitan misleads people through spirituality. So do you think that the Hindu, whatever they're called, are misguided by the dunya? They're not. The Hindu, what do they call these guys? Whatever they're called. They're priests. The yogis. The yogis are not making stuff up. They are having spiritual experiences. This is the easiest explanation. You're not going to have a continent full of people all over the continent. They're having these experiences and they gather together to a lie. The truth is usually the simplest explanation. And the piece of information people are not aware of is that there is a dark spirituality that you can tap into by constantly focusing on things probably they're shayateen al-jinn. Does not Allah say in the Quran, give us an explanation? Bal kanu ya'budun al-jinn. Allah tells us the whole explanation of Hinduism right there. They used to worship jinn. Every spiritual experience that these yogis have, either the most innocent of it is it's a natural worldly spirituality. That's the most innocent. And anything that is truly khariq ada, and they do have khawariq adat, right? They do break the norms and what people would call miracles. It's the action of the jinn helping them. Okay? Allah says it very clearly. But can we abudun al jinn? All these medicine men, you go to any culture from the ancient times, pre-modern cultures, animistic and paganistic cultures, they got medicine men. The medicine man, why does everyone hold him sacred? He has no money. But he's tapped into dark spirituality, and he knows how to say stuff and move stuff and do all sorts of tricks. That's from the jinn. Okay. No doubt about that. Okay. So that's why any spiritual experience has to be on the tracks of al-ilm wa shara. And then once it is, then you can have yaqeen in it. We are allowed to have yaqeen in it. Okay? Such that if a person was to have a true dream, and what's the level of yaqeen? You can even, like the king had a dream, right? Prophet Yusuf alayhi salam interpreted that dream. It's yaqeen, right? And he acted upon it. However, we cannot act upon it outside sharia and urf, right? There's sharia and there's urf too. Commonsensical, acceptable behavior in our community. Like what, for example? Let's say somebody has a true dream that one day he's going to marry so-and-so. All right. Firstly, you have to bind your behavior by the sharia. Number two, you have to bind yourself by urf. You don't go to that person and say, we're going to get married. Okay. I had a dream. We're going to get married. Right. At this point, you've disrespected something Allah has given you by not managing it by urf. Allah can take it away. Simple as that. Nothing's permanent for you. Right. Secondly, you have to act by the urf. What is the urf by which people marry? What is the urf by which people talk about their spirituality too? Like in Mauritania, they don't like to keep it private. You're going to make people crazy. Secondly, there's another reason, epistemological reason. It may be yaqeen to you. It's dhanni to me. Right? And for a complete stranger, it's less than that. It's just hearsay. Well, a regular Muslim walked in and told me he had a dream. It means nothing to me. I don't know you. Now let's say I trust you. I trust you. But you're liable to make mistakes because we're not masoom. So I believe you, but it's at the level of dhann. Because you can, just like you can misread a fatwa in a book, you can misread a dream. You can misinterpret a line of text from a book, from Quran or Hadith or ilm. You could also misinterpret a dream. So it becomes dhanni. Let's say a dream interpreter told you the truth. Yes, it can be yaqeen to you, but you still have to behave bil urf. Take a seat. No. Fictional